Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 138 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. And this week is going to be a big one. Lots of news, lots of stuff to report. So it's going to be a very wild ride. So let's start right away. First thing I want to show you is we start with HR. Plenitude Industrial Group was at 21 member last week. You can see that we're at 37 member right now, and I got still 5 more that are in the process of being approved. They're waiting for roll to drop. So the corp is growing at a steady rate. We got 16 more member compared to last week, and we're still recruiting. We still want to grow. Very very encouraging, very humbling for me as a CEO to have all these people wanting to join. There is obviously it's not at Eve, so some people have more than one character, so it's not 37 human. It's 37 characters. Some of them are halts, but I would say as the number of human, it's at least 15 to 20, something around those lines. Pretty encouraging. Time wise, we're, I would say, maybe like 60% EU, 30% US, and 10% Australia slash Asia time zone. So we're not focused on one time zone. So we're spread a little bit. But we do manage our peak hour is around like 20 Eve time or around that. So anyway, that part is very encouraging. The corp has been growing a lot. Now, what I can show you is the finance. Okay, finance part. This one, it's been that's the crazy part because people have been throwing resources at my project this week. Uh, it's pretty incredible. The week started with WOMP giving us a Fortizar. So WOMP gave us a Fortizar. Cool story. That was the Fortizar a few episodes earlier that I bought from Goons. Uh, some depending on who you talk to, it's not the same fort or it's the same fort, but I bought a fort from Goons 2 weeks ago, and Womp gave us a fort because they were seeing as we were picking up steam. They say, okay, well, we're gonna feed you with a little bit of resources to help you get started quicker, which was great. So Fort Azar mean Clone Bay and means a market hub. So we anchored that with a market hub, which sped up our process. Then a later bit after that, it was all during last weekend. After that, an anonymous donor gave us 3 station, so 3 medium structure with the core. Uh, Again, very very helpful for a young corp like us, because if I would have wanted to do that the old fashioned way with mining fleet and tax, it would have taken us like 2 weeks maybe or 3 to gather the resources to anchor our first station. So we had 3 medium structure thrown at us, which help us again progress super fast. So as you can see, my week has been very busy anchoring station, getting the fit done. I'll show you our setup a little bit later, but that part has been crazy. And then to add a cherry on top, Croda, who's a NISC trillionaire in Eve, a very old player in term of year that he played. Very active. I would say it's like a kind of a Warren Buffett of Eve. He has a multiple trillion network. He has a very interesting blog about the market in Eve, the finance, and he's making his money buying and selling all over the place as a marketer. That's his job, and he's been uh, he's been giving money away to various YouTube shows that are promoting Eve because he want to encourage the game. So he's been distributing some of his wealth to help the game, and he gave us a donation of 50 billion ISK. So 15 billion. I mean, you've seen my net worth. you see 50 billion is a significant amount of money, and for a corp like us, what it allow us to do is not have to be worried about will we be able to fuel our station, will we be able to get a T2 rig or a T1 rig. A T2 would be better, but I don't have the money, so we're not in that situation anymore. We got, as these resources were thrown at us, we're in a very comfortable situation financially. I do have a responsibility as a custodian of that money to use it properly, and not get over my head like, okay, spend it like crazy. Just, I need to be using those funds in a smart manner, and that's what I intend to do. But it's helping us like so much. I'll link his blog in the description. It's a very, very interesting read if you like the market aspect of Eve, and you want to see like what's real Eve wealth, like a guy that's making mm, like tens of billion a month in market trading. Well, go read his blog. It's really worth it. So anyway, that's for the finance part. So now what we do have with those stations that we anchored, what we did is we anchored our market hub in Kitaled. I'm going to show you a little bit our setup here. We have our Fortizar with a Clone Bay and market hub. These are all public structure. We are an ISEC group, and we aim at making a good home for New Bro and contributing to the economic development of the region. So we want our structure to be accessible to everybody, so they're all open to the general public. Anybody can dock there, anybody can trade there, which was part of our initial setup, and we're keeping the service fee as low as possible. So this is our Fortizar, and it's around, there's the gate right here. So if you where is it? We got the gate. We're just right next to the Jashanu gate here. So the gate is right here, and we got a little triangle here. So we got also from our fort, we anchored in Kitaled. We anchored the Fortizar, Raitaru, and Nathanor. So we got refining, we got production. The Raitaru has 3 services. It has manufacturing, copy, and research, and invention. So copy, research, invention, and production. So that's our Raitaru there. All public open to the public, with free port or whatever how you want to call that. And we got our Athanor on the other side there. The Athanor has only refining, but it has a T2 rig and a T2 asteroid ore rig open to the public, so you can refine here at 54% efficiency. There was discussion internally, like, why don't you use the WOM structure in Null? But the idea is to make, again, a home for New Bro, and that is efficient for them. Could I have used the money to anchor a Tatara? Yeah, I could, but I don't think that a Tatara is worth it in ISEC. It's just a waste of money at that point. To get 1% more refining bonus, is not worth it. The big reason to anchor a Tatara would be to get reaction, I would say, but that you don't get that in ISEC, so it's not worth it. So that's here in Kitaled. We got basically we got a little industrial hub with a marketplace that is available to the public, and we've seen, what's fun is that from the market hub, I'm seeing people anchor using the Clone Bay. So I see that we now have people that's starting to live in our space, or at least have a clone here, and they're using the marketplace. So I'll show you the market stat a little bit right after that. And the other station that we anchor was The other station that we anchored was in Talidal. We were using one of Stray Mining, like a Wom Corp station to live there. So we anchored our own station on another moon in Talidal, which was also a good moon. So we're pulling our first moon chunks. This one here as refining and moon drill. So we're pulling a moon chunks, which put us at 4 station total. Uh, these, if you want to fuel all the module that we have, we are at around 45 million a day in fuel to get all these stations going. So it's not cheap, but I mean 45 million a day, considering the amount we were given, considering just the amount I make. I mean, I could finance the fuel with Tenac alone, and we got 38 members, so we don't have a problem. We don't have a cash flow problem. We're a little bit ISK negative right now in terms of just cash flow, but we got so much cash reserve right now that we won't have a problem fueling those stations for a long time, and we can run with that and just basically improve on what we have there. The idea is not to get structure sprawl, but to make efficient use of our resources, but to build something that is nice, that people can where people can enjoy the game and go through the first step, especially the first industrial step, before they need to actually go into null and progress even further. So that's for the financial part. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to show you, our market hub, the Plenty Mart, has been in activity for 5 days. So right now, after 5 days, we're already number 6 in the region. We've passed the two other player-owned structure, and this one here, you see there's already almost 8 billion worth of volume here. A significant part was in the first few days. It was mostly seeded by Plenitude and WAMP member, and we aim to basically, our goal is that if you need to buy something in Canid, we want it to be available at our market hub. So we're trying to check to have like all types of ammo, all types of weapon, all types of gun. Obviously, it's very hard to do with just us alone. So we started with by seeding ourselves, and then uh, other people started seeding the market too, because as it was catching on, uh, a bunch of people helped us seed too. I'm figuring out from what I'm reading in the market transaction today, I'm figuring that it's going to be even higher today. So hopefully we'll climb to rank 5 or rank 4 maybe, but probably no. Well, depending on if you count by number of sale, by amount of ISK, it will the step is high, but by volume, uh, it's gonna be possible. So I'm guessing we'll keep on climbing. But basically, our goal is that if you want to shop and buy something in Canid, or sell something in Canid, we want our marketplace to be the place to be. Uh, so that's about it for the finance, which was still like I I feel like I'm rambling, but that's how excited I am about what's happening this week. It's the first time I'm running a market hub. Like let's say an open market hub, because the other one we had before in WOMP were mostly like just for reserved for our alliance. This one is basically like public marketplace. So it's kind of a convenience store gameplay. That's why we named it the Plenty Mart for Plenitude. Now, what else? Okay, politics. What happened in politics? The big thing that happened in politics is that Siege Green left their space, and WOMP took control of it. So Siege Green left. It wasn't a fight. I'm guessing they went to live in Delve, in the space that they took here. Uh, so WOMP basically doubled their space in Nullsec, which was the big significant move in our area for us. Uh, and the other big thing, well, big, I wouldn't call it big. The other thing that happened is yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we got war deck. So WOMP is under declaration of war. Our structure are under war, so our structure are war deck. But what we're seeing is it is uh, a very small group that deck the entire server. So they deck like they have like they decked about 50 corporation. Uh, this is the pattern of a typical JITA. So I'm not. It's not targeted against us. It is just they're looking to be able to kill people that aren't careful, that are going at JITA or Amar or wherever they're located. Uh, Now we got the war deck yesterday, and today was the beginning of the hostility. uh, in the first hour after the beginning of the hostility, we WOMP already had pilot there refing their structure. So U.S. time zone WOMP hit their structure and refed it. So their war HQ is in Kilma Bay, and it's gonna come out for the second and last timer in on Sunday at 13 Eve time. And I'm guessing that there's a lot of people that are gonna go shoot that thing down. So anyway, uh, that's the politic part. So I'm not too stressed. Not my first war deck, won't be my last, and this one really don't seem like it's started. It's really seemed like an opportunistic deck from that group. Now what else? The big fight, or there was a big fight this week. Now I can show you that one. I can show you the battle report in Delve over Brotherhood of Spacer Fortizar. That was reinforced, and we were pushing. I don't know if you were going for the kill or pushing it. I couldn't be at that fight specifically. The time zone was it was too early for the U.S. time zone, so this happened EUTZ. It was a big battle. Nice dread brawl again. It all often comes to those dread brawl. This one though we didn't win the ISK battle, but it was a fun fight. So congrats to everybody that showed up. Thanks to Phoenix Coalition for undocking and giving us a fight. WOMP was there formed with our Macarial Doctrine. And Rexon was really excited to fly those Macarial. He likes them. So anyway, that's one of the big fights. So these are the things that you can get into these types of fights in WOMP. On the weekend, it's even better because we can get both time zone to show at the same time. On the weeknight, well, it's either NATZ or UTZ, so we don't have the full WOMP together. But still, we get into those fights often enough, so that's pretty interesting. Now, personally, how did my week go? Well, my week, at the beginning of the week, I got into a few fights. One of them was pretty. I was coming home with a brand new Brutix that I had bought. It still had the sticker on it. Like I say, I was coming back from Amar with a new Brutix that I bought. Was ready to go to just go dock it and do something else. And then on hey, we're fighting on the gate. So I just jump into that fight and managed to score those 3 kills. So this was pretty fun. And the other one was an ESS robbery. So I had four kill in a pod this week. The rest of the week though, I wasn't on Tanak that much. I was on Foreman Fred mostly because managing all the resources that were thrown at us. So good week for me. I was dangerous. So that's it. Myself, WOMP had a better week than average on especially when we get large fleet battle, it usually pull our dangerous rating. But so it was on. And Plenitude actually, Plenitude had a good week too. Plenitude is strangely enough for ISEC New Bro Alpha Friendly Corp. So far we've been doing pretty good, but that's because some of our pilot already had experience, because we do have pilot in Plenitude that join that had experience, and so it's not all new bros. We have experienced pilot people that lived in Null and Wormhole before, but that just for their lifestyle right now, they can't be uncom all the time. They can't be so they actually they enjoy the game, but they enjoy the game on a more casual level in ISEC, and they wanted to join the group. So more power to them. It's there's the kind of the way people see that is say like you graduate from ISEC to Null, but that's not really how it is. It's just a different type of gameplay. It is a more casual, relaxed gameplay in ISEC. It's less dangerous. It's not. It's not like you're not 100% protected, but it is less dangerous. You can pay a little less attention, except certain activity, but you have more control, let's say, on how dangerous your playstyle is. So it does suit a lot of people that just want to live there, and that is something I think that CCP should take into consideration. If you look at the CSM member, many of them are, well, I think all of them are either Null group or LoSec group or Wormhole. So all like people that are living in the big area, but there's nobody from like a large ISEC group from or that are representing the casual bro on there, and they are client in the game. And if you get more casual bro playing the game, and they get into the game and they like it, and if you get more newbie playing the game and they get into the game and they like it, they will eventually, at least that's more potential recruit for the nullsec group. So a healthy ISEC and an healthy new bro experience is good for everybody in the game. So anyway, that was my little speech about ISEC. I have to, since I run ISEC Corporation now. Do I have other stuff to say about that? No, that's pretty much it. Okay, activities. What we do as a group, or what we did as a group. We did have a corp mining fleet where we got about 250 mil in mineral and player donation and everything. The way we do our mining fleet is basically everybody mine with the foreman buff and keep whatever you want and give whatever you want to the corp. And we got 250 mil in donation, which pays for the fuel and help us grow. Now we've been probing, like a few of our member have been helping me a lot. They're probing Moon in all the system where to help us complete our database of all the Moon that there are in the area, so that we know when we need to anchor. We know the good Moon and we know where to anchor at. So we've been doing a little Moon recon in advance. We did anchor our first at an Arso. Our first Moon pool is next Saturday. Not this one, the next one, because you need a minimum of 1 week on the poll, and we wanted the poll to arrive on the weekend so everybody could participate. So we're gonna get our first Moon operation, Moon mining operation. We have member in the corp that are using foreman buff, like they have their own booster for mining, and they will post like, okay, I'm mining in that system for the next 2 hours. Whoever want to join. And people, if you want to mine, you want to get like the foreman buff, you just go and join their fleet. So it's our standing fleet in ISEC is a mining fleet. That's the way we work. And we set up our corp wanderer for the wormhole mapping, because a few of our people go day tripping in wormhole, so that's another thing that we do. Now, what are the future plans? What you can expect in the following week? we have anchor our force structure, and we feel that it should be enough for now. We are under war deck, so I'm not going to rig just by best practice. I'm not going to add rig to structure while we're under war deck. I don't even know if I can. But the idea is that we're going to wait for the war deck to end before completing our rig setup. We won't be anchoring, at least short term. We won't be we don't plan on anchoring much more. I want to see like how much the services are used, get into a point where we do get a little more member, and we see more traffic on the station that we do have there before spreading ourselves too thin. To just like basically just sensible. What we have now is more than enough for what we need. So we do plan on growing and on extending in the pipe tower the Mar. The idea is to have coverage on all that pipe, have various dock up, have a few little hub like the one we did there. Eventually, down the line, I'd like a marketplace in Tashmerkan, so that we do have one regional hub in each region. But that's like far down the line. We need at least double our number, if not more, to be able to do something like that. Because we need, again, you don't want to be a paper tiger. You want to be able to defend your stuff. So we need member in WOMP to defend the structure too. So it's all interconnected. Now, the other thing, the first one pool next week, which is going to be another nice operation. This weekend we have a PvP training fleet for the Plenitude members, so we're going to form up as in PvP ship and go train on basic fleet discipline, like how to follow broadcast, how to align, stuff like that, and then probably take the fleet somewhere and try to get to shoot people. So that's gonna be fun too. And well, that's pretty much it. And the market hub, I'm gonna monitor it very closely. Post next week, you're gonna get an update on how it's going. Is it growing still? Our real goal, short term, is make sure that our market hub become the place to shop in Canada. That's really what we want. Again, our whole mission, it's a twofold mission: make a good home for new bro so that they can learn all aspects of the game, and that I think we have people experience in industry, in PvP. We get people that have experience in wormhole. So it's basically possible to do everything in our corp, or in WOMP space if you want. And since we're WOMP is our sister corp, it's easy to participate in activity with them. Uh, so a good home for Nubro, and the other one is to make the South more financially viable. And how do you make that more financially viable? How do you make Amar rival Jita? Well, you need to have the ecosystem of player playing in that region, and it's kind of a right now it's kind of a there's less people, so it's less interesting to trade there, so people want to live near Jita. So you got to turn this into a good place to live, and that means grabbing pocos and setting the tax low, having public station like this so that there's the services that you need close to the mission hub, a good trade hub where you can, like, if you need a ship, you have the ship there, stuff like that. So that's kind of, so we're running ISEC development, economic development of the South. So that's the other thing that we're doing. So anyway, I've been rambling long enough. It's been, I think, one of the week where I had the most stuff to manage in my Eve life. Okay, I've managed WOMP, but I never had, like, in the, well, no, it's not true. I did have a few weeks that were pretty crazy, but in the recent since, let's say, since started playing back again, this probably been my craziest week, and we've grown. I'm super super satisfied with how much we've grown so far, and hopefully we just got more and more progress ahead in the following week. So I hope you guys enjoy. Again, if you have any question, comments, post it in the comment below. Have you seen? I'm always answering them back. You can talk to me in game. You can go on my public Discord if you want to reach me. I'm always happy to talk with you guys. And that's it. See you guys next week. Bye bye.